Have you ever seen a photo so surprising that you just cannot stop looking at it? Well, that is exactly what we are talking about today. Faye Dunaway, the famous actress from movies such as Bonnie and Clyde and Chinatown, has photos out there that are very bold. Some of them show her in a G-string, and honestly, they leave very little to the imagination. But before you jump to any conclusions, stay with me because we are going to talk about the story behind these photos, how people reacted to them, and why they became such a big deal. Trust me, it is not just about the pictures themselves. It is about Faye Dunaway, her career, and how she became one of the most talked about actresses of her time. Faye Dunaway is one of those names everyone remembers when talking about classic Hollywood. She is famous for playing strong, sometimes mysterious women on the screen. But outside the movies, her life has always been a bit private. That is why these photos shock so many people. A few years back, a set of personal photos of Faye Dunaway appeared. In them, she is wearing very little, sometimes just a G-string. These photos are very revealing. For fans and the media, it was a mix of surprise and curiosity. People could not stop talking about it. Now, it is easy to judge when we see these photos today, but we have to remember the time period. Faye was in her prime in the 1960s and 1970s, a time when women in Hollywood were often judged very harshly for stepping out of what society considered normal. Many actresses had to carefully guard their image because even a small slip could affect their career. So, for these photos to appear publicly, it was a huge deal at that time. People wondered why Faye would take such pictures. Some thought they were private and never meant to be shared. Others thought it was a bold move to take control of her own image. Whatever the reason, it made headlines and created a lot of talk. But here is the interesting part. Faye Dunaway was never just about bold pictures. She was, and still is, a serious actress. She won awards, worked with amazing directors, and gave performances that people still remember today. These photos did not define her career, but they added another layer to how people saw her. So how did fans react? Reactions were mixed. Some people were shocked, others admired her confidence. In a way, these photos showed a side of Faye Dunaway that most people had never seen before. It reminded everyone that she was not just the character she played in films. She was a real person with choices, courage, and sometimes a sense of fun. And here is something you might not expect. Faye Dunaway did not really chase attention with these photos. Unlike some stars today, she was not looking for likes, followers, or headlines. These photos just came to the public, and she handled the attention in her own way. She stayed focused on her craft, continued acting, and let her work speak for itself. It also makes you think about privacy. Even famous people have moments they keep to themselves, moments that show a very personal side. When those moments become public, it can be tricky. Faye Dunaway's story reminds us that celebrities are people too. They have lives beyond what we see in magazines or online. And speaking of public reactions, the media could not stop talking about it. Some articles focused only on the photos, but others tried to explain the context, why she took them, what was happening in her life, and how it fit into the culture of the time. It became more than just pictures. It became a conversation about women, privacy, and fame. So what can we take from all this? First, Faye Dunaway is an iconic actress. Her talent is undeniable. Second, these photos show a side of her that is human, bold, confident, and maybe playful. Third, it is a reminder that what we see in the media does not always tell the full story. There is always more to a person than what meets the eye. Whether you are a fan of Faye Dunaway or just curious about her life, these photos give a glimpse into a world that is rarely shared. But at the end of the day, they are just one part of her story. Faye Dunaway is remembered not for any single photo, but for a lifetime of acting, talent, and unforgettable performances. If you found this story interesting, make sure to check out her films. You might discover a whole new side to this legendary actress. And that is it for today. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time for more fascinating stories from the world of movies.